It was a scared laugh. That was the first time I'd seen her scared. What is he doing? She asked, her voice trembling. I opened my mouth to answer, but before I could, the figure started sprinting to my car at full speed. I live in a condo with my wife and child. Our master bedroom has a walk-in closet with an access point.
Our masturbation. That... Okay. What do I do if I hurt my brother? How much are you meant to bleed if you get stabbed in the stomach? Welcome to episode 51
of
Ghost
Huns. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, please?
I'm well, thank you.
No,
How are
you're
you?
not. That's a lie. You're unwell.
No, I'm not. I'm unwell. I'm better than I was yesterday, but yesterday I was worse than I was the day before. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a
it's very
riddle.
up and down, really. Yeah, I've got a touch of the flu.
Okay.
Just a touch. But I actually feel a lot better today. Last night I was so tired and shivery.
Yeah.
And then I had to go and lie in the living room because Adam insists on making the bedroom roasting hot, like to the point where you're sweating. He
That's
likes to
probably
sleep
making
in a
you
sauna.
ill.
I know, I hate it. So I had to go and sleep in the living room so I could open the window.
Yeah.
Just to let all the air go
Yeah.
over my bits. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't sleep in a hot room. I can't be too hot. I hate having the heat on my face. It's like mauling. You're in my space. Get out. I need fresh air. That's what I want. I've also booked a holiday.
Where? When?
I've booked a holiday.
Where are you going? Why haven't I been invited?
Holiday. You can come if you want.
Why haven't you booked me a ticket?
We're going to Naples.
What?
Naples.
What? For like a
The
romantic
nipples in
holiday?
Naples. No, there's a few of us going.
Who? When?
It's me, Adam, Stephen, Mast, Emma, Martin. My northern friends.
Oh, cute. Naples. That's very
Naples,
nice.
the nipples of Naples.
Are you going to Naples in the winter time?
We're going to May. Next year.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Well, I'd better book a holiday for the same
So,
time so that
You may as well. Yeah. Well, why don't you come to Naples?
I'll see.
Okay, right. Okay, she's got better things to do. I'm very excited. We're going to go down the Amalfi Coast.
Oh, stunning.
Drink some wine.
Is it 3 couples?
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
But not very coupley couples. None of us are very coupley couples.
I don't want to be the 7th wheel, as they say.
None of us are, we're not going to be holding hands.
Like
Do you know what I
licking
mean?
each other's faces.
I hate that. I would feel very uncomfortable doing that.
I once went on a holiday to France. Naples is in Italy, yeah.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Hey, wow. I've been sleeping so badly. I don't know how I'm even here. Yeah, and it was 3 couples, and they started giving each other massages over breakfast.
No.
And some of them looking at me whilst they were doing it, and they were asking me questions about this is when I was single, I don't know, 7 years ago. And I was the 7th wheel, and I think it scarred me a bit. So when you said there's 6 of you, I was like,
They massage? What do you mean?
As in, a little
somebody
shoulder
just lay over the croissants?
Yeah, so the men went behind the women, sat down at the table and started massaging whilst talking generically about what we were going to do that day, going to the bakery. And it was this lovely house in Normandy. And I remember being I am never doing that ever again.
Who are you still friends with these people?
Yeah.
You need, no. That is not
I've
on.
since told them though.
If Adam went and stood behind me and started, I'd be I'd punch him in the head.
Yeah.
I'd think there's
Yeah.
an assailant.
Yeah, no, it's a crime. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would go. I don't know. Well, none of us are very coupley. That's why we want to go together.
Yeah, I get
because
it.
we're not going to be walking down the Amalfi Coast hand in hand. The chances are we're going to be walking down the Amalfi Coast with a bottle of wine.
That's nice.
You know what I mean? Just
you're selling it more than that, but
But it's so cheap.
Is it?
340 quid. Got this holiday for.
All in.
And
Jesus.
breakfast.
Who did you book that through?
Love Holidays. If you want to sponsor us,
We can't keep doing this. We
loveholidays.com.
keep advertising businesses who aren't giving us any money. Don't go on Love Holidays. Don't smoke Marlboros. Don't support Gales. None of them.
just don't support Gail. Seriously, do not support
Gail's a twat.
How are you?
I'm all right. Yeah, I had
That
a.
was said in a very yeah.
I don't know why. For literally no reason at all. I've just not been sleeping well. And I
know
need,
what you mean.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a change in the weather. Like, it's not even like.
Have you been napping?
No.
I'm
not a good
This
napper.
horrible. I love a nap. I like to the point where I can't. I had to pull over the other day when I was driving back from Newcastle. Newcastle. I had to pull over and have a nap at the service station. And I'd pulled into a car park space when it was empty in front of me, so I fell asleep. Woke up and there was a car parked in front of me. I woke up thinking I was on the motorway and I was going to fucking die. I was like, ah! Oh, no.
Oh my God.
So that was fun. I've been napping and then I've just been getting into that routine.
Yeah,
It's
you've
not
always
really
said this,
good
though. You're a very good napper.
20 mins is just a dream.
I can't do it. And it's not that I'm tired. I think it's just that, like, my brain is just, like, buzzing with, I don't know what.
You're quite highly strung.
It's true.
And that's why.
And also, there's all sorts of shit flying around in my life that I'm a bit like, I think no wonder my eyes twitching.
What's going on?
Well, no, just general shit, because I've got to move back
us.
home soon.
When are you leaving your...
In a week.
In a week?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
mate.
So I think that is the end of that chapter closing, and it's felt like a holiday. So I think
Yeah.
it's like time to face reality soon. And I think that's what's slightly like making me like,
Have you got your childhood bedroom? Have you got your childhood bedroom nice and how you'd like it?
it's full of shit and no.
Do you know what? Since I changed my room at my mum and dad's, was like in our mid-30s and we both living with a parent. I think we're
outrageous.
living our best lives. Since I've sorted out my room properly with like candles, I've got sections here.
Yeah.
I've got my little reading corner. I've got my desk corner, and it is actually lovely.
Yeah.
So I would.
I know, I'm going to invest in a
take
smart
a few
TV.
days off. Yes.
Yeah.
Take a few days off. Get your room exactly how you want it.
Yeah, it's my little space.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or buy some comfy stuff to wear in your room.
Cashmere.
Cashmere in your space.
Cashmere.
Cashmere.
Oh, by the way, thank you for everyone who came to our Halloween show, because we've not done a pod since.
Yeah.
It was the best night.
So good.
Oh my God, I was in love with that night.
It was
made me
really
so
fun,
happy.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was battered.
Yeah. Yeah, and we went for fucking 3 wines after.
God, I was so drunk.
Yeah, it was great fun.
It was really
And if you
fun. I
came,
really
thank you
enjoyed
so
it.
much. And we're going to try and get a tour sorted, a Christmas show.
We're gonna
first of all.
yes.
I think we're going to get that booked in like this
I think
week.
we're gonna do a London show and a regional one
Yeah.
somewhere. We're gonna get out of London for you.
Get to the bloody regions.
Yeah, go regional.
We can't be London-centric wankers.
No,
That's not us. That's not our vibe.
No, and the deals are much better for us outside. I think maybe Manchester, maybe Birmingham, something like
Nice.
that. I think that's where we're going to go. But keep your eyes peeled on our socials for show announcements. But thank you so much. It was absolutely gorge. Ella.
Do you want to pick a tarot?
Yeah. I'm so excited. It's my turn.
I actually picked 3 the other day at my pissed house party, and
Oh, yeah.
I got a sign of heartbreak in my future.
Pissed house party that Susie decided to organise on a day where I was out of town.
No, I tried to invite you about 8 times. Where was my loveholidays.com invite? Even if I can't make it in May.
You should come. I swear to you, we've got 2 gays. We've
If
got
anyone
Emma and
starts
Martin.
massaging, I'm off.
Emma and Martin, I love them both dearly. They aren't couple wankers. They're just nice.
I mean,
people.
look, I don't actually mind PDA and couples being.
No, I do.
Well,
You may as well you may as well
I
have
don't
sex
mind.
on the pavement.
And God knows that's what we want.
Sex over the ham and cheese at Brecky.
Oh, I'm really scarred by that holiday.
That
Jesus.
is. I need you to tell me after who these. Have I met any of them?
Yeah.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
Have you told them since?
I
how
have
you
told
feel?
them since. I said it was one of the worst holidays I've ever
Yeah.
been on, and it made me so uncomfortable, and I wanted to leave. And like since that holiday, I don't think I have gone back to that place, because it's like
You can't.
it's my friend's like a little holiday place in France, and I was like, I have no interest.
Massaging.
Yeah,
If you're-
like
if
just
you're-
on the shoulders
If
like
this
that,
was you.
whilst looking at me, going, "Oh, he's single," and saying things like that. Honestly, it was the worst.
Oh, you're in a relationship, so you're only going to have sex with one man for the rest of your life. Ah.
exactly.
Oh, you're in a relationship, which means you're generally unhappy.
I was just.
No, I don't mean that.
Anyway.
No, but I think there are good things about being in a relationship, and there are really good things about being single. I loved being
Yeah.
single, and that's what I hate. That I detest when people are like, oh, you
Yeah.
haven't got anyone. Like, no, I've got loads of people.
Yeah.
I've got loads of people. I just don't need a relationship to validate
right
me.
now, I don't feel any like urge to be like, oh yeah, let's.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we
Okay, pick.
Well, you can tell me afterwards.
You ready? Oh, chuck me the book. Because otherwise I won't know what's
to
going
tarot.
on. Will I ever learn what the tarot mean? No.
Gonna go for this bad boy here.
Oh, and thank you to the Layla who knew what the tarots meant.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember when Abby picked?
Oh, we've had him before.
Who is he?
It's the King of Cups.
Oh, he's
We have had
stunning.
this one before, because you said it looks a bit like Nigel Farage.
Yeah, it's the Nige.
Actually, does it look a little? It actually genuinely looks like Alistair Campbell.
I wouldn't be surprised. Apparently, he sat where you sat. Okay, the king represents full control of one's emotions and the ability to balance them with logic. It indicates someone who is mature and diplomatic.
I don't think anybody would use those words to describe me.
Very mature, very diplomatic. But that is going to be, it's going to be a very controlled, logical episode.
I just don't believe that.
Well, let's see. Okay.
Shall we kick off?
Let's fucking kick
Let's
off.
fucking
Let's
kick
smash
off.
this shit
Come
up.
on.
Have you got a star?
Have I got a stir? What happened then? Did you fall over?
Yeah, I did a dog boy through the bar.
You did a dog wee.
A dog wee.
Okay, great.
Del
Okay.
boy through the bar.
Here we go. This episode is called...
Episode?
No. This story is called...
Yes.
There's Something in My Attic.
Ooh.
Oh, spooky.
What is it? Is it a raccoon?
Spooky.
Is it a rat?
I'm not going to tell you. I live in a condo.
Condo. What's a
Condominium.
condo?
I don't know, actually.
In my head,
Is
it's
it?
like a penthouse. Is it?
No, I always thought condos were like shit, but
Is a condo like sea living?
a condominium is or condo is an ownership regime in which a building is divided into multiple units. So it's a flat then.
It's fucking flat.
Oh, it's a common hold.
Eh?
I think it's a form of ownership.
Don't get it. Anyway, carry on. That's not...
The biggest difference between a condo and an apartment is ownership. So an apartment is defined as a residence that
This
is
is so
rented.
dull. Just carry on. In my head, it's a flat. Love it.
Oh, I don't know. It's very confusing.
Condo.
Okay.
Go.
I got a condo. I live in a condo with my wife and child. Our master bedroom has a walk-in closet with an access point.
Our masturbator. That... okay.
A masturbator.
My masturbator.
A masturbator. She's a masturbator.
My masturbator upstairs in the
I
condo.
live in a condo with my wife and child, and our masturbator has his own walk-in wardrobe.
We have our very own masturbator.
Our masturbator means a lot to us and has its very own wardrobe. And it's own room.
Sorry, go back to the start. Let's get spooky.
Okay.
Go.
I live in a condo with my wife and child. Our master bedroom has a walk-in closet with an access point, lid, or whatever to our attic. So you know what that means.
Lid in the closet.
It's kind of one of those things where you look up and it's not quite a door, but you push it up.
Yeah, I know
and you get in.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just explaining to the listener. We had only been in the house for a few months. It had been on the market since last year. The guy who had owned it previously had sadly died in the attic while he was putting away the Halloween decorations. Spooky.
He died putting away the decorations.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm going to explain to you now. Apparently, he garroted himself in fake spider webs while he screamed for his wife.
The word garroted.
I may or may not have added some bits.
This is why I'm finding it so funny. He garroted himself with some spider decorations.
Garroted him with... Garroted, right?
Did you write this?
No, I didn't write the whole thing. But, no, all right, I'll tell you what happened. I read it and I thought this is a great start. The ending was a fucking shit.
Okay.
So I've changed it. And I've added in a few
I love
bits.
that. Okay,
Do you know what this is? It's because I was going to read it out on Halloween on our show.
Oh, is
But I
this
didn't
one
get
of them?
I didn't get time to do it.
Ah.
So that explains all the Halloween references. Apparently, he garroted himself in fake spider webs. He screamed for his wife, Martha! Martha! But by the time she got to him, he had already died. Martha had decided to sell the house straight away. She was too sad to stay in the house alone. So tonight... Oh no, hang on. Hang on. I've read it wrong. He had already died. Martha had decided to sell the house straight away. She was just too sad to stay in the house alone. So tonight, I was folding and putting away laundry. Ah, idiot. Hang on. What? Sorry, Tim. Just cut that bit out. So tonight, I was folding and putting away laundry. My wife walked in from the connecting bathroom. Our master bedroom's bathroom connects directly across from the walk-in closet, so they face entryways. I didn't write this bit. This is not the bit that I wrote. I need to make that very clear. She came up to me and then she... Oh, no. Oh, this is so fucking stupid. I'm sorry, Tim.
This is like the state of my brain being read out.
I'm sorry, Tim. I'm going to start again from the bit. She was too sad to stay in the house alone. So tonight I was folding and putting away the laundry. Our wife walked in from the connecting bathroom.
Our wife?
She came... Is that what I said?
Our wife, Martha.
Our wife, Martha.
Me and the masturbator have a wife called Martha.
We live in Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City.
No, it's just fucking gone off, I think. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm really enjoying this, actually. Because I feel like we're both as chaos as each other
I'm
this morning.
just losing my mind. I'm so sorry, listener. Anyway, so she came up to me. As he was putting the clothes away, and he was in the closet, right?
He's in the closet.
He's in the
she's
closet.
in the bedroom.
She walks into him. She went to ask me something when she gasped and said, "Look up." My blood turned cold immediately. There it was. The entry point drywall lid was lifted out of place and set ajar. She had been giving our child a bath at the same time. Basically right there, and I froze. Oh, fuck off. She'd been giving our child a bath at the same time. Basically right there, I froze for a moment, not knowing exactly how to handle the situation. I got a hold of myself and I dialed 911 while my wife and child went downstairs in a hurry. I think this is the best thing to do. This is the best decision you've made. Just call the police. Just call the fucking police. You know all these people that stay in the houses and they get possessed and they're like, and they're like, why can't you move? Like, oh, my money is in the house. So we're gonna get murdered by this haunted house. It's fucking insane. This is an actual realistic state of affairs.
Oh, my money's in the house.
Oh, my money's in the house. While they're being possessed and like the next.
What? Because they just haven't left and called the police.
Because they haven't left and called the police.
Yeah.
Like,
no, you're right.
You'll
The
be all
first
right.
thing...
Go and stay with a long lost aunt or something. It's fine.
Yeah, but the
Start
long lost
again.
aunt's going to be possessed.
Yeah, she's going to be a nutter. I don't know if we can say that, but fuck it, whatever.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Well, my wife and child went to... I got hold of myself and dialed 911 while my wife and child went downstairs in a hurry. She got the both of them ready while I stayed on guard, watching the entry point to the attic crawl space. The police showed up after what felt like an eternity. They checked up there, but they couldn't find anything. No signs of forced entry, etc., just an obviously lifted up and placed ajar crawl space cover. The police left and my wife and I relaxed a little. Maybe I hadn't put the lid back the last time I was up there and we'd overreacted. I got the step ladders out. What the fuck? I got the step ladders out and stood on them, putting the lid back in place over the attic opening. By the time
this is honestly the most.
By the time I think I've got a brain tumour. I'm not even kidding. By the time came to go to bed, my wife and I had almost forgotten about the incident completely. That is, until we turned the light off and got into bed. I fell asleep for a few hours before I was startled awake, and that's when I heard it. A shuffling. That sounded like a zip. Someone's going for a wee. Anyway, my heart thudded. Sipper. My heart thudded. It was coming from the closet, the attic door. My wife was fast asleep. I glanced over at her sleeping form, considering Oh, that said considering wanking her.
I am the masturbator.
I looked over at my wife and thought, I should wank her. Sure, she needs what she deserves after a long hard day of good wanking.
No, they have a resident masturbator.
That's the epitome of wealth.
Yeah, the privilege
Your
of
very
having
own
your very own
masturbator.
masturbator.
Poor guy.
From Cork.
From Dublin. My wife was fast asleep. I glanced over at her sleeping form, considering waking her, but I couldn't move. My eyes hadn't quite adjusted to the darkness, but I was sure I could see my closet door opening.
Ew.
I jumped up and turned on the bedside lamp. Nothing. My closet door was closed. I knew I wouldn't be able to sleep until I checked the attic opening. It was closed. I breathed a sigh of relief. I got back into bed, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. I tried to tell myself that I was being ridiculous. I stroked my wife's back for comfort. She felt cold, so I carried on stroking her to try and warm her up.
That's fucking weird.
Why?
Sorry, you're feeling a bit scared and then you just start stroking someone's back.
Yeah, I've done that.
What?
Which is why I wrote it.
This is just your weird habits.
My weird habits. Don't you do that? I do that. I do that. Or maybe I like being stroked.
Okay. Okay, let's just unpack it. If they're asleep and like facing the other way, I wouldn't be like, I'd probably clutch onto them. I wouldn't like slowly, creepily
I don't know.
rub the back. You just want to be stroked on your back.
I want to be stroked. Yeah, I do like being stroked. This is my ideal going to sleep situation because I don't really like hugging at all.
Oh.
No, I think that's sleep is a time. No, sleep is a time. Sleep is a time for rest.
Yes.
And for you, who's ever in my bed, to fuck off. I like lying on my front.
You don't like a cuddle in bed?
Not really. I like lying on my front, and then ideally, Adam's like stroking my back like a baby being burped.
Oh fuck!
That's
Why would you say like that? That just makes it.
Well, it's not sexual. It's just I like to like
a baby being burped.
But he does it for about 2 seconds, then he gets bored. Anyway.
I'm getting flash forwards to Naples now, where I'm like, oh, they're all being burped, and I'm just
that's more than likely to happen.
I'm just
than
fucking sat there with a cigarette, being like,
no, Naples is gorge. Naples is going to be good. I would not go on holiday with coupley couples. There's no way because I don't want to spend all my time with Adam. You know what I mean? I want to go off and like get pissed. I want to go and like wander down the Amalfi Coast and have a few bottles of wine. I don't really want. I want ideally, and I know this is very backwards and not modern, but ideally I'd like the men to go off on their own and the women to go off on their own.
Yeah,
that's what I do. I do. I like it.
I see. I'm not a big fan.
And the gays to come with us.
Oh yeah, we get to keep the gays. Yeah, we get the gays. Yeah.
You're not a big fan of that. What do you mean?
Well, as in, like, I don't quite like it when it's split into like women activities and men. Like, the men go off and do a sport, the women go off and like drink.
I think it's mainly that I don't want the couple. I don't want the coupley aspects.
Yeah. No,
I want to be around my
aspect.
friends and gossip and get pissed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. So the closet door was
the closet
opening.
door had opened, but then they turned the light on and it wasn't opening.
And now they're stroking his wife's
he's
back.
stroking his wife's
Not
back.
wanking her off, just stroking the back.
Didn't want to wake her, but he is stroking her back. Okay.
Yep.
Where am I? Okay, I stroked my wife's back for comfort. She felt cold, so I carried on stroking her to try and warm her up. I was just settling down when my bedroom door swung open.
Fuck.
And my wife stood there with a fresh glass of water in her hand.
Ah!
It took me a second to understand.
Fuck.
Before I could do anything, I heard a whisper in my ear. Martha?
So wait, the ghosty corpse is whispering Martha to the bloke
the
who's...
ghosty corpse is come down and he's like, where's my wife?
No, hang on. Wait, this is so funny. So wait, the ghosty corpse is just whispered in the bloke's ear?
Yeah.
Martha?
Yeah, he's come here, well, not like, it should have been a little bit more scary than that. Like...
As in he's going at you, Martha.
Yeah, it's like old and demented. Martha? Martha, my love.
That is, honestly...
Make me a cup of tea.
Martha? You're like, no, it's John, your husband.
No. What do you mean, your husband?
I'm assuming the point of view of the storyteller is the husband. Stroking the back of Martha.
Stroking the back of the old bloke.
What?
Yeah, the old bloke who died, he's haunting the house, right? The old bloke. So he's come down, that's what the shuffling was. The old bloke comes down.
Yeah.
Right, okay, here we go. Okay, the storyteller, let's call him Bob.
Yeah.
Bob wakes up in bed.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, I've just heard a noise. And he sees it's the shuffling, right?
Yeah.
So then he's like, oh, fuck, I don't know what it is. So he turns his light on. No more shuffling, but Martha's there and he's stroking Martha's back.
Yeah.
Martha's not Martha. Fuck! Sorry, his wife.
Yeah.
Sorry, forget about Martha. Martha's the old woman, the old man's wife.
Oh, yeah, you can see now why I'm getting confused.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, hear the shuffling, stroking his wife's
Susan's
back.
the real wife who's got the glass of water at the door.
Yes. So then the door opens too. She's like, what's going on? And he's like, if you're there, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then it turns out that it's the dead man's ghost.
Who got garroted.
Looking for his wife, yeah.
Martha?
Oh,
I see.
Yes.
It's bloke on bloke.
Bloke on bloke, yeah. And it is 2023, Susie, so don't say anything. It's fucking Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Fucking hell.
What a lovely story. I think you should write one every week. That's your homework from here on.
Do you know what? I think I might start because
I love it. And also it's quite good to get your writing.
Oh, yeah. Get the creative juices going.
Juicy. Do you know what? I went to this exercise class the other day and they were like get a smoothie afterwards, like, because you did the class.
For £8.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's for
and it's just full of, it's just fruit, isn't it? And just
it's not that good for you. And
no, it's
I just
not.
think it's a sham. I just hate all of it. Anyway,
I did have a red berry cooler from Costa, which I thought was delicious.
Oh, was it? You like those ones? You like an acai Starbucky?
Wasn't even. Yeah, but it was like a slushy. It was like a berry slushy. It was so nice.
Okay. Sorry, I just you've taken that on as well. The
have you seen that comment on TikTok that's like, I don't know why Susie needs that other lady. She should do it on her own. I was like,
they are.
You fucking.
It's a bin.
And then someone has commented being like, Hannah's actually really funny, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah, don't. Do
you know what? Can you just not? Can you just not? And that review.
What review?
That review that somebody put. Remember?
Oh, the one on Apple.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking grim.
If you're still listening, I don't know why you think that me and Susie are privately educated. Actually, why am I even addressing this? Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, then she's
I'm
the
the
one
posh
you should.
cunt.
She's the one you should be writing your review.
I'm the awful one. Try and get me cancelled, but don't try and get it on both of us.
No. Did I do skiing at school? Yes.
Skiing?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a posh bitch
No,
as
I'm
well.
not a posh
You're a posh bitch.
No, mate, not at all.
Listen.
Don't know why I'm even talking about it. Anyway, what all I'm saying is, if you're not enjoying it, just stop listening. Don't leave a fucking shit review that's untrue. But also, could you all please leave reviews, because we'd really like it if you did. 5 stars, ideally. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Do you have a story for me?
I do. Okay, here we go. Layla was the most popular girl at school.
Yeah.
The girls idolised her and the boys lusted after her. She sat next to Arnold in algebra, but she strongly preferred not to. Arnold was the class weirdo. He was socially inept, smelled a bit funky, and would always read manga and comics during study period.
This is like the most cliched high school I've ever witnessed.
Arnold, Layla. Hey, Arnold!
I love Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold was
TV
great.
show.
I loved, what's her name? Helga?
Olga. Is it Helga?
Helga.
Olga? I thought it was Olga.
Helga.
Helga. It's probably Helga, isn't it?
Yeah, she was great. She loved Arnold.
Oh, she was weird about it.
Oh.
She had some great brows.
Relatable.
Some great brows.
Okay. He was socially inept, smelled a bit funky, and would always read manga and comics during study period. Layla would occasionally strike up a conversation with him, but would soon regret it when she was met with uncomfortable silences and awkward tension. Behind his back, Layla would mock him around her friends. She wasn't sure why, probably because it made her feel superior. In turn, her friends would taunt him to his face.
This is so mean.
It is. They'd do anything to impress her. She felt bad for enabling their behaviour, but she got a thrill knowing they would follow her every move. It'll toughen him up, she would tell herself. But Layla decided today was different. Today she wanted to be nice to Arnold. Hey Arnold, how are you today? Hi Layla.
Layla's got a what's it?
I'm okay. Got what?
Motive. An ulterior motive.
Hi, Layla. I'm okay.
Oh, see, now you're doing that voice I hate.
Hi, Layla. It's Joseph.
Joseph.
I've come back from the swamp. Hi, Layla. I'm okay. A prolonged silence ensued. What you got there? Oh, it's nothing. Just some dumb comic book. I don't think it's dumb. Let me see. She feigned interest as she flipped through the pages. This is cool. You should show me more after school sometime.
I don't know if it's you, but I'm getting psycho vibes off Layla. I don't know whether it's your portrayal of Layla. I think it probably is.
It's just me being a psycho, putting myself into the character.
Yeah.
You should show me more after school sometime. He shuffled around, turning red, visibly uncomfortable. Yeah, that would be cool. She blinked flirtatiously. Well, maybe we could go on a date sometime? You could show me then. He let out a nervous laugh and nodded. Turning back to his desk, Layla could see him hiding his goofy smile. Today, Layla wanted to be nice to Arnold. Today, she wanted Arnold to like her. She hoped that Arnold would want to see her again. Because in class today, Layla caught a glimpse of the gun hiding in Arnold's bag.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was very dark.
Yeah,
Oh,
listen.
school shooter.
School shooter.
Oh
Shooter
my God,
Braun.
that's horrible, Scooter Braun.
Scooter Braun.
That is.
Yeah, lovely little, a
gross.
littly
That was
grossy.
Ming. Do you want another one?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that too much because I feel like we're going to.
Yeah, let's not.
No.
But we do get very political.
Do I do that one?
When's the next election, Hannah? Next year? Is it? Don't look at me like that. It's 2025, isn't it? No, we don't. We can't be dumb bitches like that.
No, I don't
Women
know.
got, under the hoof for us to vote. So.
I know, but I never asked them to.
And
I'm joking.
No,
I'm joking.
you didn't have to, guys.
I didn't ask to be
Emmeline.
born.
No, actually, Emmeline.
Come on, Em. Fuck's sake.
This is territory which we're going to then tread back out of.
But I do always vote.
Like Homer
I
Simpson
do always use my
into the
vote.
bush.
Do you always vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that. When's the next election?
I think we were called Tories on the that Apple podcast review.
No.
Well, the kind of...
sucks to be you because I'm none. So
You're none.
I'm not. I'm a green.
Yeah, like green.
I don't know.
Green
I
looks
can't.
good on you as well.
Thank you. I'll go Lib Dems. Thank you. They're always in the middle, aren't they?
Yeah, arse on the fence.
I just think they're all dickheads, and I'm not into it. And I think we should just get off the world.
Oh, I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like the more I think about
Go
it, the
with
more...
Elon to
I've
Mars.
been watching a lot of alien stuff recently.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been really getting into the alien thing. And I would just really like it if they could come down and nuke the whole fucking planet so that these twats can get off the seats and stop being a bunch of dickheads.
Yeah, they are.
To be honest. And that's how I feel about it all. I don't
Hallelujah.
like anyone. I don't like anyone. I don't like any political...
It was really, really satisfying watching Celebrity SAS for Matt Hancock being served.
Yeah,
his
what the
ass.
fuck is his problem? Anyway, why don't you just go crawl back under a rock?
It was so good. The way this one of the DS is called Debs. Well, she's not one of the DS. She's just one of the interrogators, directing staff. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Okay. But did you see that clip I posted where she's like, "You're a weasel faced little."
I did see that, and he's like,
"Oh, it was so
he's
good."
Got a face you could punch, though.
Yeah, but also I don't think it sinks in. He's that arrogant that none of these insults that were coming his way. I don't think.
I just hate the whole thing. I hate everything. I hate it.
I hate it.
I mean, we've ruined the world, so we may as well just give it back to nature and start again. That's my hot take. Okay. This is called The Blue-Eyed Man. To this day, my friend and I still can't wrap our heads around what happened. My friend and I just got done eating dinner with my mom. She had recently broken up with her boyfriend of a year and needed to let her anger and sadness out. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. We left my house and decided to take a short drive to the lake in our town. We parked facing towards the lake and the spaces closest to it, allowing us to peer down the small hill that led to the dock. The parking lot was dim lit and the road behind us had little or no traffic, as it was around 11 p.m. in our small town. We sat in the parking lot for about 30 minutes, talking about her breakup and what all went down. I was staring in my rearview mirror and suddenly became fixated on 2 cars. I was a little bit anxious at first, thinking it was the cops. It was past curfew and we were not allowed to be there.
Doggers.
It was, yeah. It was very well known by the cops that high schools also used it as a hangout to smoke and drink. On top of all that, they didn't have another damn thing to do. After watching the 2 cars further, it was a 2013 red Charger and a 1993 Honda Accord. I don't know what any of those things are.
Yeah, you do. You love a bit of driving.
Sorry?
You love cars. You love cars.
I've got no idea about cars. I don't know that mine is white.
Don't lie.
What are you talking about?
You love cars. You know what Subaru is. You know what Saab is.
I don't.
You do.
I feel like I'm being attacked. You know what a clutch is. You know what a steering wheel is.
You know about what an automatic is in America.
You know, yeah, in America. Okay. I pointed them out to my friend and laughed, a little bit unnerved about how... Oh, fuck off. I pointed them out to my friend and laughed, a little bit unnerved about how it was most likely a drug deal. It wasn't uncommon to see these things go down in our town. We tried to keep... Fuck's sake. My phone has just got a life of its own. We tried to continue our conversation, but I couldn't seem to keep my eyes off the 2 cars that had showed up and parked only 15 or 20 feet away from us. My heart rate started picking up as we watched a man get out of the red Charger. He was a white man, medium build, average height, bald head and wearing all black clothes. Spooky, innit? Nobody emerged from the Honda Accord. We watched in silence as the man turned around, his eyes gazing at our car. He not too long after turned and started walking towards the road behind us, about 30 feet away. We were turned around in our seats watching him walk away until he reached about halfway across the parking lot. My nerves calmed and I turned back to face my friend. As soon as I did, there was a soft knock on my driver window. I flipped around fast, appalled. The man we watched walk away from us is suddenly right at my window. I stared in shock at him, noticing how bright and piercing his blue eyes were. He held a smile on his face, but not a normal, friendly smile. A smile that didn't fully show his teeth. His eyes looking at me slightly through his eyelashes. Like that.
Hello,
Is that a good impression? Hello, you fit bastard. The most frightening part was this man had nothing behind his eyes. No emotions, no humanity. He hardly looked human. He knocked again. I looked at my friend, frozen in fear on what to do. She was no help. She was also frozen. Like a fucking ready meal. I'm not sure why I did this next thing, and I'm so blessed it did not amount to anything more sinister. I rolled down the window.
Oh, idiots.
Very slightly, hardly a crack that not even a finger could poke through. Yes? I asked him, shaking in fear. Do you know what time it is? He asks in a low, rough voice. In a low, rough voice.
In a Luftwaffe.
In a Luftwaffe voice. Do you know what time it is? I looked at the clock on my dash. 11:41?
Time for you to fuck off,
Time for you to go away? He stood there, a smile still plastered on his face, not breaking eye contact and not blinking. Thank you. The man walked backwards. Backwards? I don't know what's happening. Sorry?
Sorry?
The man walked backwards, staring at us as he went. That's a bit spooky, isn't it? My friend and I turned to each other, freaking out about what just happened. We watched the man walk down the hill towards the dock and focused our attention on the Honda Accord, which was still parked. The car shifted to drive and slowly drove towards the exit. The driver continuously braking suddenly. What? The car shifted to drive and slowly drove towards the exit. The driver broke suddenly. They were parked beneath a light, only illuminating the shadow of the driver. They sat still, staring straight forward, not moving a muscle. We watched in silence for what felt like forever before the person finally drove off. Horrified at the experience, we decided to leave and started heading towards a park not too far away. We chalked the man up to being a drug dealer, trying to check out if we were cops or maybe even a sex trafficker. It's quite some brushes to tar this bloke with, isn't it? We were totally unaware what occurred at the lake was only the beginning of the night. The drive to the park didn't take us too long. When we parked, we drove to the very end of the parking lot, far away from the entrance. No other car in sight. We finally calmed ourselves and tried to shake off the experience we'd just had. My friend continued telling me about her ex, getting more emotional as we spoke. After a while, we changed topics. The mood was still sad. She's like, shut the fuck up. The mood was still sad, but I was trying my best to lighten her up. As I looked at her, I suddenly saw a figure about 15 feet away from my car. It appeared to be a man, however, you couldn't see anything but the stature. I pointed him out to my friend in shock, not being able to utter a single word. Her eyes wandered over to him, and as soon as she saw him, she was also silent in shock. You could clearly see his body moving, up and down as if he was breathing erratically. Like this.
He's doing something naughty.
He needs a masturbator.
He is
a
the
masturbator.
masturbator.
He is having a wank in the bush. Millions of thoughts raced through my mind as suddenly as
He's got a long coat on, hasn't he, as well?
he's got a Mac
like
on.
the Matrix style fucking Mac.
Millions of thoughts raced through my mind as suddenly his body started twitching. Oh my god, yeah. The best way I can describe it is like one of those possession horror movies. My friend started to laugh. It was a scared laugh. That was the first time I'd seen her scared. What is he doing? She asked, her voice trembling. I opened my mouth to answer, but before I could, the figure started sprinting to my car at full speed. Ah!
No!
Gross. Isn't that grim?
Kick the fucking car into life and get out
Yeah,
of there.
get out of there. A scream escaped my lips as I quickly went into my flight response. I threw my car into reverse and was swinging out of the parking spot. I then threw it into drive and sped as fast as I could to the exit. We sat at the exit, stopped and looked in my mirrors, no longer seeing the man, seeing absolutely nothing. We sat in silence before my friend asked, should we go back? I'm not sure why I agreed.
No.
Something about that place just pulled us straight back in. I agreed and we drove back to our spot looking around, paranoid. Nobody was to be seen. About 5 minutes passed and I stared at the small slope of a hill that led to the parking lot. My friend suddenly gasped, pointing at a figure that looked as big as a toddler. What's a baby doing out here all alone at midnight? Before I could reply, we watched in shock as the toddler-sized person suddenly grew a couple of feet and became the man we saw earlier. What happens before happens again. He started twitching before sprinting at my car at full speed. We both let out screams of horror, reversing and driving away as fast as we could. We stopped in the middle of the parking lot, watching out of our mirrors as the man stopped running and just stood there staring straight at us. This is the part where I still doubt myself. I can't believe we both saw this. Nothing can explain it. The man suddenly stepped sideways, and at the same time, another figure, identical, stepped the other way. He split into two.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Double creep.
Double masturbator. They made no other movements but to walk separate ways, both disappearing into the dark. My friend started crying. I shook in pure terror, unsure I should even drive, knowing I could focus on nothing but what we just saw.
Definitely drive away.
Yeah, I would. Before I could make that decision, though, we both hear clear as... Before I could make that decision, we both hear clear as day a pair of heavy footsteps running towards the side of the car. We both started screaming again, tears falling as we peeled out of the parking lot, getting as far away from that park as we could. The drive to her house was complete silence, both of us unsure of what to say. We took the back roads, not wanting to drive on the highway after that experience we just had. Are you okay? She asked me, trembling. Before I could answer, I felt a finger graze the back of my neck. I'm not trying to freak you out, she whispered, but I just felt someone stroke my hair. My eyes cautiously wandered up to the rearview mirror and I started having a panic attack as I saw a dark figure sitting in my back seat. She made me pull over to calm down, knowing that if I continued, we would crash. It took a total of 10 minutes before I was able to fully calm down, the man in the back gone. To this day, I'm not sure what we witnessed, whether it was humans messing with us or a dark entity. All I know is if that figure got to us, only sinister things would have happened.
Oh my god! So wait, what? The figure's in the back, raising his fingers on there.
Yeah, but then
what happened?
Disappeared.
What? Where did he go? It's in the car with them.
No, he's disappeared.
Well, it's saying sinister things would happen if it got to us. It did get to them.
It did get to them.
It did get to them. It did get to them.
It did get to them.
It did get to them.
Well, that was a bit. I don't like the running towards the car. I don't like that at all.
Have you seen Get Out?
Yes, the one with the black bloke and the family, the racist family.
Yes. The best part of that was when that guy runs at him in the dark. And the idea of someone staring at you from a distance, and then suddenly you realise the figure's moving so fast.
I think it's because when people do that and they act that irrationally, it means that like they're capable of absolutely anything.
Yeah, anything. Okay, check a story.
It's 11:11. You've got to make a wish.
Okay, I've made it. Wow, yours is long. What was it?
It's loads of things, just like mainly getting rich.
Yeah, nice. Here we go.
I'm excited.
This is on a piece of paper.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I was going to read it out on the Halloween live show.
Nice.
Didn't get an
Oh, you've gone like full.
That day.
Gone full. Oh.
Double creep.
Oh, it's like those blokes.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I installed a family link to monitor my children's browser history. I wish I could forget what I saw. It seemed like a good idea at the time, a parental control app to monitor my children's internet activity. Benny, 13, and Daniel, 9, both got home 2 hours before I did. Who knew what kind of things they might have looked up unsupervised? I needed to keep a close eye on them. So I installed the app on their devices. Then, closing in on quitting time, I looked up Benny's search history. And here's what I saw. Tits. Naked tits.
Oh, fair enough.
Ass. Sex.
Tits and ass.
Huge sex.
What do you mean?
He's looking up
Oh, this is what he's Googled.
search history.
Oh, huge sex.
Huge sex.
Fucking hell, Benny.
Naked women together.
Oh, God.
Naked women sex.
Oh, it's so cringe, isn't it?
God of War Ragnarok trailer. Is God of War Ragnarok good? Can I download God of War on PS5? I was absolutely furious. He knew better than to search those things.
No, he didn't. He's a teenage lad.
But the little punk wouldn't answer his phone.
Have you noticed that masturbation has been in all of these stories?
Yeah, it's...
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
What's going on?
It's spooky.
We'll have a good old wanky time. I was absolutely furious. He knew better than to search those things, but the little punk wouldn't answer his phone. I called Daniel, who also didn't answer. Then I tried the house phone, still getting nothing. What were those damn kids doing? I called again and again, even checked the video doorbell logs. They hadn't left the house, but were also completely unreachable. Now, out of ideas, I rechecked Benny's browser history, but I didn't see anything new. So instead, I looked up Daniel's. Brother kicked me off PS5. How do I get my brother to let me play PS5? Ways to get revenge on my brother.
Oh, no.
What do I do if I hurt my brother? How much are you meant to bleed if you get stabbed in the stomach? What do I do if my brother tries calling an ambulance? Brother stopped moving. Will I get in trouble if my brother won't wake up and it's my fault?
Oh.
The end. Murdery little bastard.
Murdery little bastard.
Yeah. To be honest, I remember seeing the red mist when my brother wouldn't let me play on the family computer. I was like, I want to play Theme Hospital now, please.
Yeah.
He was like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
And like that got me so angry.
Well, because that's unfair.
It's unfair.
That's the family computer, Hugo.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Hugo. But I didn't stab him. But I can see, a part of me is just going, listen, I relate to Daniel.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes your
Sibling
siblings
rivalry,
can
nothing
wind
like
you the
it.
fuck up. So that was a little shorty.
That was cute. I love it. That was cute.
Shall I do another one?
That was cute. Okay, the house on Oak Street. One fateful day, I was just enjoying myself, feeling some music and eating some chips, when I drove past a weird-looking house. The sign read, Oaks Building. What the heck does that mean? I kept following the house with my eyes, and I could have sworn I saw someone in the left upstairs window. He waved to me with a creepy smile, but I pressed the gas pedal to the floor and got away as fast as possible. I couldn't shake the house on Oak Street from my mind. I received a message on my ancient AOL account that day. It was cryptic and disturbing. The sender's username was Secret House Watcher. And the message simply read, "You must visit the house on Oak Street. Go alone. No police." No, it didn't say that. I felt a shiver run down my spine as I read those words. I couldn't shake the feeling that something ominous was at play. Curiosity got the better of me, however, and I found myself driving to Oak Street later that week.
It's a stupid decision.
Yeah, why do it?
I think this might be a bit ominous.
Yeah,
you don't think,
but I'm curious. But I'm a curious little kitty.
You wouldn't follow some internet instructions from AOL to go to a creepy fucking house.
What would I do in that situation?
It's like someone messaging you on Gumtree being like, yeah, come down the back of an alley.
I'd want like... Excuse me. It's because you've just driven past it, you've seen it, and you're like, oh, that's a bit spooky. And then you get home and someone sent you a message on AOL saying, go to the house. Yeah, I wouldn't. No way.
You wouldn't at all?
No, you wouldn't. I'd call the police and I'd make them go.
Yeah, you bring backup at least.
Yeah. You wouldn't go on your own.
Okay, anyway.
The house was a decaying relic of the past, an imposing mansion that looked like it hadn't seen life in decades. Overgrown weeds and vines had claimed the front yard, and the windows were all shattered. It reminds me of the house in, you know, the Haunting on... Is it the Haunting on Hill House with Jamie Lee Curtis and Catherine Zeta-Jones?
I don't think I've seen it.
Have you never... Oh, it's so good. It's like it's what Scary Movie 2 was based on. Okay. You've got to watch it. It's really good.
This happens every time. You say a cultural reference like a movie.
And you're like, I don't care. The interior was like a time capsule from the past, filled with dusty, heavy furniture covered in tattered sheets. An eerie silence hung heavy in the air, and the dim light filtering through the cracked windows cast long, unsettling shadows. I cautiously made my way through the house, unable to shake the feeling that I was being watched. Every creak of the floorboard sent my heart racing. As I ascended a grand staircase, I noticed a room at the end of the hallway. The door was ajar, and a faint flickering light seeped through the opening. I approached slowly and peeked inside. The room was filled with old antique mirrors lining the walls, their reflections distorted and eerie. I felt like I was trapped in a hall of endless reflections. The flickering light was coming from a single candle in the centre of the room. A handwritten note lay next to it. I picked it up and read, "You have been chosen to witness the truth, to see the other side." As I gazed into the mirrors, my reflection began to change. It wasn't me anymore, but a shadowy figure with hollow eyes. Panic gripped me as I stumbled backwards, tripping over my own feet. Stupid. Suddenly, I found myself in a room that wasn't in the decrepit mansion. It was a small, windowless space with cold, damp walls and an overpowering smell of decay. I had no idea how I got there. My phone buzzed with a notification. I checked it, and to my horror, it was a message from Secret House Watcher once again. "You're not alone now." The walls around me started moving. They moved towards me. I realised that the house on Oak Street was a portal to something even more sinister. I had been lured there, and now I was trapped. Hardly lured, like...
Yeah.
It wasn't like, do you want to come over for some free ice cream? It was like,
yeah,
go alone.
It was sinister from the outset.
I had been lured there, and now I was trapped in a place which was just pure evil. I don't know how much time had passed since I entered that house, but one thing is certain, I am not alone, and I may never escape the house on Oak Street. Oh, that's the end. Let me read it again a bit better. I don't know how much time had passed since I entered that house, but one thing is certain, I am not alone, and I may never escape the house on Oak Street.
You are not alone.
I am here with you. They're the only words I know, really. And you as well, it appears. Yeah, house on Oak Street. Cheeky. I'd like a bit more on that.
I want to delve into why they're on AOL.
Yeah.
Isn't that defunct now?
Yeah.
Is HMV defunct?
Surely that's went into administration a long time ago.
I think it must have. Anyway.
Why? What's that got to do with AOL?
It just made me think of things that are defunct.
With 3 letters.
Yeah. What else can we think of?
WH Smith. Oh no, WH Smith is still going. What's that other one? Woolworths.
CNA.
Woolworths is good. CNA. I loved CNA.
Yeah.
Loved it.
A lovely place to get some ski gear.
I got some nice
For those of you who ski.
I'm I'm so sorry. I will be getting somebody a bit more relative on the pod. So.
I actually will never ski again. I have to put it out there. Skiing,
Well, no, I don't.
After that fucking trip that I took.
What trip?
When I went with Johnny, like, not this, was it this year or last year? And he broke his arm and it was all dreadful. And like, yeah, it was like he fell down a mountain and, do you know what I mean? And it was, we had to lug our fucking skis up this fucking road. And it was just, everything was painful.
No, I don't
It
want
wasn't
that
a good
holiday.
trip.
And it costs a lot of money.
It was expensive. And I think, me and him definitely had regrets about going. Because we were like,
did you go with another group of people that wanted to go?
Yeah, and like they were better at skiing. Like it was a lovely group. It was just more the actual.
Yeah, I do like skiing, and I would go skiing. But what puts me off is how expensive it is.
Yeah,
and I want to chill out.
And also the best part is just having a fucking Aperol on a mountain.
Yeah,
with your sunnies on and
then Aperol.
What?
Yeah, I hate it.
Well, for someone who suits orange, you need to sort that out.
I think it's fucking gross.
Okay, we're not friends anymore.
No, I think it's disgusting.
What's you on about? Do you like a Negroni?
Yeah.
Well, then you should like Aperol.
I do know what you mean. I should. But I think
maybe you just need to give it a
go. What I like
go.
is a Negroni. No, I've tried it. It's horrible. Negronis are short drinks. So you can have a few. Basically, it's only about 5 sips. And then it's like, all right, I've had enough now.
You have a Negroni?
Yeah. But an Aperol is fucking huge.
No, they don't have to be. Like, no. I think that you're getting them served wrong.
I mean, I would drink them. I've got, like, if it was the only thing on offer, yeah, I'd have it.
Yeah.
But there are 99.
I've had an Aperol with you.
No, there are 99 other things I'd rather have.
And my bitch ain't one. Hit me.
I don't think 50 Cent ever said hit me in the middle.
Hit me, yes, he did.
When?
99 problems and my bitch ain't one. Hit me.
What is going on?
Oh, by
this
the
is
way,
like watching your mum do.
Bloody hell, Ken.
Bloody hell, Ken. Match. We've got now 2 items of clothing that's basically matchy.
Yes.
Very nice.
I know what I
saw. Have you watched the 3rd episode of Uncanny?
I'm halfway through episode 3. It's the no, not the Oxford one, is it?
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed that one. Thought it was great.
Yeah. Well, let's say no more because let's leave that as a little.
Let's shut the fuck up.
Treasure for next episode. I'm going to read you a little shorty.
I'm excited.
I was camping with my kids when I woke up to the sound of blood-curdling screaming. It was my own kids screaming. They were pointing at the tent door. The zipper was unzipping, and a tiny hand came in and was trying to pull my backpack out. I forgot there were raisins in it. Raccoons!
What's happening? I'm already confused.
My kids were terrified of raccoons before this happened, so their screaming was intense. They calmed down after a couple of minutes, and I expected to hear someone shout, "Everything okay over there?" Or for a park ranger to walk up because there were lots of campers in sites nearby. And my kids were screaming bloody murder like straight from a horror movie, but no one checked on us. I imagined maybe they were all laying there too scared to move in case they were the next ones to be murdered, and that maybe they're still wondering about the screaming ghosts or unreported murder to this day. A little shorty. Raccoons!
Raccoons!
Oh, cute.
Very good.
Shall I do...
Give us a creep of the week.
Oh, yeah, I could do creep of the week. Actually, shall I do this little short one?
Go for it.
I'm full of shorties today.
Full of shorties.
Okay. Creepy Alexa experience.
Let's go.
So this happened about 6 to 7 years ago when I got an Alexa for Christmas that year. My parents are old school and my dad was strictly against having the Alexa even taken out of the box. It took months of begging and pleading before I could set it up, with conditions, of course. It had to be in my room only. Nowhere else in the house, just my room. When I was not speaking to it or using it, it was either on mute or unplugged. The rules were, do not talk personal matters around it. So like family matters, passwords, addresses were not to be said around the Alexa, even if it was muted. So with those rules and probably a few more, I got to set up my Alexa. I discovered a while after having it that you could play some guessing games on it. Being an only child at home and bored 99% of the time, I used this feature a lot, like honestly almost too much. One night, while I was playing some guessing game and playing a game on my iPad, I got a question wrong. I don't remember the question or what I answered. I only remember what Alexa said. It was something along the lines of, "Wrong. Now listen close." Obviously, this catches my attention. And I stop what I'm doing and look at my Alexa. Right on cue, she continues in a horrifying whisper, "Don't look behind you."
Oh, it always makes me want to.
Needless to say, I unplugged my Alexa and refused to use it for months and years after that.
Oh, that is spooky.
I don't like the idea of, like, you know, AI in your house suddenly turning on
gross.
you. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Chuck? Everybody at Thomas Jefferson Middle School picked on Charlie Butler. Charlie was a weirdo, a freak. Worst of all, Charlie was a chronic vomiter. At least once a week, Charlie puked in the middle of class, and nobody knew why. Because of this, everyone called him Chuck. Hey, what's up, Chuck? Charlie heard that daily, and everybody nearby would pretend to barf their guts out. Then they'd gag and laugh as Upchuck ran away with tears in his eyes. When I was in 6th grade, my mum died, and all the other kids made fun of me for it. Kids can be so cruel. I was in 8th grade now, but I didn't want to see someone else go through what I did, so I invited Charlie over for a sleepover. I wanted him to have a friend he could count on. "You must be Charlie," my father said. "Come on in. We've got movies and a pizza is on the way." "Thank you," Charlie said. That was my dad. He was always the kindest guy in the room. I brought Charlie to the living room. "What do you want to watch? Just name it. We've got Netflix." Charlie looked pale and squeamish. "Can we watch something funny?" "If you need to puke, that's okay. I won't make fun of you." "No, I'm fine," Charlie said, covering his mouth and nose. "Okay," I said, bringing up Netflix. "Oh, you'll like this. It's really old, but I swear it's hilarious." I put on Monty Python and the Holy Grail. After 30 minutes, we were both howling with laughter. "Hey," I said, "if you don't mind me asking, why do you puke so much? I mean, you'd have to tell me. I just think...
Bit personal.
I just think if people knew that you had a disease or something, then maybe they wouldn't make fun of you." Charlie let out a huge sigh. "I've never told this to anybody." I was getting through to him. Now we could build up his confidence for the better. The reason I'm sick," Charlie said, "is because I can see dead people."
Oh, God.
"You what?" "I can see corpses. They're all rotting and putrid. Limbs severed every single time." Limbs severed. James Bond. Severed limbs. Limbs severed.
Limbs.
Every single time. It's fucking disgusting. I can practically smell them," Charlie retched. "I just blow chunks. I can't help it." That's so gross. Oh. Sorry if you are eating and listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
Really apologise.
Blow chunks.
I know, gross. Why are you telling me this? Normally, I would never admit this, but there's a problem. Charlie pointed to the other side of the room. "What's that door over there?" "That's the basement," I said. "It's always locked. My dad says I'm not allowed to go down there." Charlie looked at me with unbridled fear in his eyes. There are 12 dead bodies standing outside that room, and all of them are pointing at the door. "Quit fucking with me," I said. "Did your mum have red hair?" My heart skipped a beat. "How could you know that?" Charlie pointed towards the basement. Before I could respond, my father burst into the living room. "Who's hungry for Hawaiian pizza?"
Not me.
The end.
Jesus.
So,
So,
what do you think's happened there?
I've got no fucking idea.
The dead mum's in the basement. He's not allowed to go down there. His dad's told him not to. Dad's a
I was more
murderer.
focused on Hawaiian pizza, probably being the chunkiest of the pizzas.
I fucking like a Hawaiian pizza.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I love a bit of pineapple. If it's like
it's fine. It's
charred
fine.
ham.
It's fine. I would never pick it. It's fine.
It's fine. You're not going to turn it out of bed.
No, sorry. I'm not gonna turn it out of bed.
Don't turn it out of bed.
Don't turn it out of bed. Come on. Are you ready for a creep of the week?
Creep of the week.
Creep of the week. Creep of the week.
Creep of the week. Creep of the week.
Okay, I hope we're not going to get sued over that. Anyway.
Why would we?
Because we've used the tune from the Addams Family.
You can't, no. I know about law.
No, I'm a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer over here.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lily and I'm 22 and from Somerset. I've got an experience that happened when I was 18 and hope that this is the right email to send it to. Well, looks in, Lily, because it is.
Glogs in.
Looks in, Lily, because it is. Okay.
Hey, Lily.
My best friend and I were in Cornwall, St. Austell.
Oh, Snozzle.
Yeah, sorry.
That's actually the Kerno way of saying it.
Snozzle? Okay. On work experience for 2 weeks. We were working for an outdoor education centre for children in Portpine.
Oh, nice.
Portpine. So basically not much around here, and it was down roads that people would not usually come through. Leah and I were sleeping in their staff room on mattresses. Anyway, it was around 8 p.m, halfway through the week. Staff had all gone home and the gates on site were locked up. Only we had the keys to get in as we were staying over. It's a weird vibe, isn't it, staying at the place where you're working?
Yeah.
Because it's quite far away.
Are they interning?
Yeah, they're doing work experience.
Oh, God. I feel like interns' work experience, you just get the short straw, don't you?
Yeah,
it's like, just shove you on the mattress in there. Yeah, it's not,
it's
not great. That's the horror.
That's the true horror here.
Yeah.
We were in the shower block that was separated from the staff area. It was actually quite creepy in there. Old-fashioned, like American school changing rooms. We were both looking in the mirrors next to each other doing skincare, and we hear a giggle. A little girl's giggle. I get shivers thinking about it. We immediately looked at each other and said, "That's you."
That's what we would do.
That's what we would do. And we heard it again. We locked the door and thought, how could it be one of us if we were stood next to each other and no one else is here?
Fuck.
I can't even make that giggle sound. We ran back to the staff room and stupidly thought to play Knock If You're There. Oh, what's that? We knocked 3 times on the wall and had a knock back. We phoned our parents and cried for them to pick us up from 2 hours away. We told the staff the next day and they did not believe us and thought we were trying to trick them. But to this day, we believe that it was the ghost of a little girl.
And they had 2 hours of that shit.
2 hours. I've never played Knock If You're There.
Let's play it now. Knock if you're there.
Knock If You're There. What was that?
Well, I didn't hear what.
Oh, it's really hurt my nail.
If you tried to scare me, it didn't.
I did. That really hurt my nail. Bed's just nearly come off my nail.
I don't like it.
I don't like that.
Okay. Let's go to the section Reader Beware. You choose the scare. Last week, Hannah, you chose to look at the rack, didn't you?
I can't remember.
If you check out,
like
it's
that,
yeah. So, last week you'd missed the bus. You were on your way home, and then you saw the comic shop, and then you went in, and then you saw a little sign that said horror down in the basement. You saw all these like old comic books that were quite valuable, and it said,
"Oh, of course, yes." I remember now.
There's a tattered sign saying no admittance, trespassers will be glomped. You don't care. All you care is about making a tough decision. Should you take a closer look at the rack or should you go down to the horror section? You chose check out the rack because you're a big perv.
Because I'm a pervert.
Turn to page 12.
Titties and ass. It's all been about titties and ass, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a filthy episode and
Masturbations.
we need to rise higher than this, actually. And we're so sorry that it's been in the gutter. We will write ourselves up and do better.
We won't.
Sorry, Mom.
There's no way that's going to happen.
My mum's actually in Lanzarote right now. That's nice, isn't it? Right. You've got to see if that $2 comic is really the famous first issue of Super Doer. But when you grab the spinner rack, it starts to turn by itself. Still worse, the metal rack seems to have glued itself to your hand. You can't let go. Your jaw drops as the moving rack yanks you off your feet and you're dragged round in a circle and the rack keeps speeding up. Soon, to your horror, you can't touch the floor anymore. It's like some sort of weird carnival ride. The rack is whizzing round and you're flying through the air. Hey, mister, you yell to the shop owner, but the words are torn from your lips by a screaming wind. You feel as if you're caught in a tornado. You clench your teeth to keep from groaning. Your body is stretched out like you're a warm piece of toffee.
Oh.
You shift your grip. One hand touches a comic on the rack. The comic starts to glow. Now suddenly, there's a new pull. You're being sucked in to the glowing comic. Fly to page 103. Your body feels as if giants have been using you for a game of tug of war. You're sick and dizzy from the spinning. But you notice something's wrong. The world seems strangely flat. The colours are very bright. You peer up at an incredibly blue sky. Sky? Wait a minute. How did you get outside? An elbow jabs you. Someone steps on your foot. You aren't just outside, you're in a crowd. And what a crowd! You're packed in so tightly you can barely move. The person behind you is actually breathing down your neck. Could this be a parade? What's going on? You ask.
This is weird.
No one answers you, but a voice cries, "Here it comes!"
Why is this white?
A shadow falls across you. When you see what's blocking the sunlight, your eyes grow big. It's a gigantic tin can with arms, legs, and a head. No, it's a robot! I don't believe this, you gasp in.
Legs, and a head.
Yeah, I don't believe this, you gasp in a strangled voice. You better believe it. That thing is as big as a skyscraper and it's striding straight towards you. Go to page 69.
Whoa, turns out this is weird.
Yikes, you shout. Everybody run! You push, you shove, you try to get out the giant robot's path. This is like a trip. I don't know what is going on.
It's gone weird, hasn't it?
It's not even scary, it's just bizarre. But the crowd is too thick. You're trapped. Hey, a whining voice says in your ear. I know you. You turn and spot a familiar face in the crowd. It's a kid from school called Wally. Come to think about it, he hasn't been in class lately. Where are we? You cry. What's going on? You just got here on the Spinner Rack Express, huh? Wally asks. Okay, I'll make this fast. You're stuck inside a comic. In the comic books universe. You roll your eyes. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's true! Now, here's the deal. We can shift from comic to comic using a magic word.
I just want to hit every single character.
Yeah, but if you use it too often, you'll turn into an ink blot.
Oh,
This is shite, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is fucking dog shit.
I wouldn't say about Goosebumps.
This is when R.L. Stein was maybe just whacking one out on holiday.
Is he still alive? R.L. Stein.
We should get him on the pod.
We should get him on the
I'd
pod.
love to get him on the pod.
Oh, imagine.
What's his
We're going to
name?
have to stop
Ronald?
slagging it off.
Roland.
Roger, I'm going to guess.
Roger, that's my dad's name.
Roger Linford Christie Stein.
R.L.F. Stein. You've added an F there.
No.
No.
What are you talking about?
Help.
Linford Christie.
LC. RLC.
No, L. Just L. Linford Christie.
Linford Christie isn't one word.
Anyway. I'm so sorry about this episode.
Yeah, it's taken
been
a fucking
all
horrible
over
turn.
this place.
It really has.
It's
Next
been
week.
saucy. There's been masturbators.
Oh Jesus!
So
We've hit the gutter floor. And we just haven't
so sorry.
reared up. You'll turn
disappointed
into
in
an ink
myself.
blot. He shudders. It happened to the kid I was with, Alex. He tried to leave this comic. Now he's just a smear.
Oh, I don't care.
You glance anxiously at the robot. It's awfully close. We'll be smeared too if we don't get out of here, you declare. Turn to page 33.
Why have you got to buy this shit one?
I want you to have a choice. Okay, you've got a choice at the end of this.
Okay, good.
And then we'll pick it up next week.
Well, fine. We've got time.
The crowd... Yeah, but it's terrible podcasting.
Yeah, it's
The crowd still isn't moving and the robot is only a couple of giant steps away. Have you used these magic words, you ask? Wally nods. I started out in another comic. I can't do that voice, it's the worst.
Yeah.
I was some superhero's dopey sidekick. Then I met Alex and we came here. All you have to do is think of another comic and say the magic words. Okay, that gets you to another comic, but isn't there a way to get back home? Back to the real universe, you ask? Wally glances at you. I think so. A mad scientist can send you, but you have to talk him into helping you. You can barely hear him. People are screaming and bumping into you. What are the magic words? You beg. You can barely hear him. People are screaming and bumping into you. Oh no, I've just gone back on myself. Just in a loop. You can barely hear him. People are screaming and bumping into you. What are the magic words? You beg.
Jesus.
while he closes his eyes, thinking. Then he yells, "Guest shot!" And he disappears. I hate this. You think of the two comics you'd been studying on the comic rack. Both of them had mad scientist villains. Will the magic words take you to them? Time to find out. You close your eyes. To visit the world of Super Doer, go to page 104. If you like Ballistic Bug better, turn to page 66.
Ballistic Bug.
Fine.
Ballistic Bug sounded a bit more interesting.
You shriek at the top of your lungs. Guest shot!
I hope I die.
I hope you die. I really hope you die. When you open your eyes, everything's still dark. For a second, you think it's the shadow of the robot's foot coming down. Then you realise it's night time. With a sigh.
Kill me.
You kill me. Kill us, please.
Kill me!
Kill us!
Come on.
With a sigh, you lean against the nearby brick wall. You made it. You're safe. Of course, now you have to find out where you are. Too bad it's so dark. Suddenly, yellow light glares around you.
And I have a heart attack. I'm dead at the end.
And you're dead at the end. Okay, thank you. No, it's still going on. You hear a faint buzz. Zzz. It rises to a whine. Your dazzled eyes see a figure in a tight brown costume with flashing insect wings coming out of its back. Ballistic Bug! You're in big trouble, the bug says menacingly. Trouble? You look down. There are tools in your hand. You also notice an open safe next to you. Uh-oh. You're a burglar.
Uh-oh.
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 You're a big fucking thief. Ballistic Bug doesn't like burglars. You better jump to somewhere new and fast. To jump to a different adventure of Ballistic Bug, turn to page 70, or try a totally new comic, turn to page 61. Or
What
to
were my
die in a
options
hole
again?
now.
What were my options again?
To jump to a different adventure of Ballistic Bug, turn to page 70.
No.
To try a totally new comic, turn to page 61.
Yeah, 61. I'm hoping this will kill me.
Doesn't.
The risk, does it not? Oh.
Let's have a look. And there's no choice at the end of it. Oh, fucking.
Shall we pick it up next
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? Ballistic Bug, what a time. And there's a reason that was £1. We get haunted, so you don't have to.
Okay, well, it's been a minute since we were in Spotify Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we were in Vauxhall, so we've come back, and I'd like to see if we can contact Vaseline.
Vaseline?
What was his name?
I've got my Vaseline right here.
Oh yeah, that's weird. Vassalis.
Varale.
How have you remembered that?
Because it stuck in my head when I said, are you Varale?
So you remember? Oh yeah, Varale. Do you remember? For everybody listener, remember that we used very expert technology to decipher who and what spirits are around, and it was Varale, a very evil male spirit. So now I've got a spirit box, and it's not the one I made last time, sadly. I don't really know how to figure it out, to be honest.
What?
It's a spirit box. You can ask it questions.
Is Varale with us?
Oh my gosh. What was that? I've paid £3.99 for this.
Really?
Yeah.
Christ.
Oh, what was that?
Put it back. I want to hear it. Is that Varale?
You haven't asked it any questions.
Okay, Varale.
It's like there's two people having a conversation.
Yeah,
isn't
Varale. Varale, tell us who you're with. Are you with Jenny?
Oh my God, it does. It's a woman and a man.
It's Jenny and Varale.
It's Varale and Jenny.
Jenny, are you with us? Jenny, do you remain at Spotify Studios?
Oh my gosh, what else have we got on here?
Varale, is that you?
Welcome to Spirit Conversation screen.
What?
Ask a question and wait.
Right, this is the conversation.
Note, at your own risk.
Hang on. Okay, start session. Okay, come on, Susie, ask it a question quick.
Okay, Varale, are you with us at Spotify Studios?
very tense.
Varel?
Varel's not responding.
Varel, if you're here with us, give us a sign.
Oh, the tension is palpable.
Fatal.
Oh, no.
Jenny, if you're here with us, give us a sign.
Fatal.
Fatal. Jenny.
Oh, Jenny.
Jenny, love.
She's a Londoner. It'd be like Jenny. No.
Jenny.
Jenny.
Hello, Jenny.
From Alabama. How would you say Jenny in a South London accent?
Jenny.
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 Jenny, hon, you
that
here?
Lovely Jenny.
You here, babe? No, that's a horrible. I
don't
fucked that accent up. I'm sorry.
It doesn't seem like Jenny's
apologise.
here.
Missed.
Missed.
Missed. You
Missed.
missed me.
No, like M-I-S-T.
Oh.
Okay.
Fatal.
Do you know affair? But they
mist.
said affair. Do you think they're having an affair?
Fatal
Varel-
mist is quite
Fatal
spooky.
Mist and an affair.
Shit.
I think Jenny and Varel are having an affair.
And maybe a fog rolled in and it was fatal.
I'd love a candle called Fatal Mist.
Oh yeah, or a
That'd be
nail
nice.
polish
I'd
colour.
like that. Yeah. I reckon that'd be like a really
Fatal
deep
mist.
red.
Or a fatal mist would be like a beautiful grey.
Found.
Found?
And then a fairy emoji.
Can you tell us what you found?
What have you found, Jenny and Varel?
Apart from each other,
Oh,
which is super cute.
God. But Varel is evil, don't forget.
What have you found?
What have you found? Come on, Jenny Varel, tell us what you found.
Should I?
Oh, I've got goosebumps.
What does Varel sound like, do you think?
I reckon he's from Manchester.
Do you reckon?
It's me, Varel. I'm from
They
Manchester.
will harm you.
What?
They will harm you.
Mm.
Do you mean what? Is this Jenny and Varel? What Jenny and Varel are going to harm us?
Why do you wish us harm?
If this says yes, I'm leaving. Spooky. We're just waiting for it to reload.
What's it doing?
It's going. It's got a little
Burden.
burden. A burden. You're a bird. You're my burden.
Yeah, and
Susie is my burden.
you're mine.
Okay, well, thank you so much for Rael and Jenny for joining us on the podcast today.
And next
That
week
was
I'm gonna.
I reckon that was £3.99 well spent.
Yeah, I think that was worth every
honest.
little penny. I've bought a book, by the way, called Book of Magic, and there's all sorts of little things we can delve into in that. So, you can probably see it here. Thank you for joining
Thank you
us,
so much,
lads. It's been
it's been
chaos.
It's been.
And I'm sorry we were in the gutter, but we're going to be so dignified next week. You won't even believe.
What do you think this episode is going to be called? I think it should be called Martha.
The masturbator.
The masturbator.
See you next
Tits
week,
and ass.
guys.
Bye, 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 bye,
And
bye,
don't forget
bye.
to join Patreon to watch our ghost hunts because they're freaking great.
They are
And they're £1.50.
Terrifying, love.
All right. See you guys soon. Bye.